In this section, Stephanie has not one, two, but three. And Sean, he faints after the second one, but he gets back up and proceeds, with the help of a little steadiness from the nurse. So after the third baby is delivered, and after he goes to tell everybody, he tells Bobby to call Charlie to let him know what's going on. And Gabe was in the delivery room looking over and making sure everything went smoothly. And so he goes to check on Charlie because he had an instinct that something was wrong. And he finds Charlie hanging upside down on the rail at the lighthouse. Who knows what he was up to. So Charlie was doing his ever-loving best to get back up and over that railing, trying to reach for the railing. He almost got there. And so Gabe helps him a little bit to push him up, and he grabs the railing. He somehow gets back over on the other side and lands on the walkway. He sits down and finally catches his breath. And he's like, whoa, never do that again. But then he looks up, sees Gabe standing there, like, oh my God. Like, whoa, where did you come from? And Gabe goes like, Charlie, please don't do that again. You need to stop doing these stunts. I know you like doing these stunts to make people laugh, but people around here really need you. The friends you love need you. They want you to stick around. So let's get your life together and start thinking about what's more important. And so he's thinking to himself, yeah, I guess you're right. And he's like, so I guess you're my guardian angel, huh? And it finally hit him. Gabe says, yes, I am. Because they cannot lie. And he says, I've been there every step of the way, looking over you and protecting you all your life. So now it's time for you to be more responsible and take care of yourself. Because there's people here who love you and need you. So do what's right for those who need you and love you. And then his phone rings, and that was Bobby calling him. Once he found out that Sean and Stephanie had triplets, he goes, whoa, I had to sit down again. And once he got off the phone, Gabe was already gone. Physically. But he was still there. And Charlie looks up. Don't worry, I'm not going to do that again. I got it. I've got it. I'm going to do what's right. So back at the hospital, Sean is with Rob and Sarah, looking over the babies in their cribs. And Rob says to him, he says, now you got to name all three of them. And Sean thought about it, and to think and we only had to name one. Now we got three to name. And Sarah checked in to see how the Sandy was doing. The third one. She was under an incubator, and they had decided to name all three of them Stacy, Stephen, and Sandy. Then later they got to take Stephanie got to take Stacy and Stephen home, and Sandy had to stay another couple of weeks or so. And so Stephanie's parents arrived later that evening. And you'll find more interesting messages throughout this book. And messages that will just grab your attention. That how love pulls you through. The love of family, the love of friends, and the love of God.